and welcome to another first Descendant video. So today we have a build for Ultimate Viessa. In fact, I have two builds and most of the mods are similar, but there are one or two variations and they play very differently. So let's get straight into the build first. Now keep in mind the external components, the reactors also play a big part, so I will go over them later. But here is the build. So what we have is power mods, crit mods, cooldown, range, and yeah, that's about it. So power, with the power increase, you can use focus on chill. That is not as powerful as this, but you'll get a little more cooldown with that one. Then we have HP and defense. We also get a little more skill power with this one, 8% here. Then we have two cooldown mods. MP conversion gives us 36%. We lose a little bit of max MP, and also we get a skill cooldown here with nimble fingers. And then we have range with skill expansion, and we have these four mods for critical hit rate and critical hit damage. So this gives us critical hit rate, skill insight, skill concentration gives us critical hit damage, and these two also do the same. This one gives us more damage and a little hit rate. This one gives us more hit rate, more damage. So total we have is 207 for both of these. 92% range, 62 minus 62% cooldown, defense is 89, skill power is 73, and range we already got range, and MP is minus 50. So yeah, that is what we have. Also HP is 218. So this is the build page. Now the changes. Now Viessa is probably the only one, maybe there might be others, who can use three different type of reactors. So by default, Viessa first three abilities are chill and fusion, frost shards, frost road, and cold snap. These three are chill and fusion. The fourth ability, which is the blizzard, the ultimate, this is a chill and tech. So you can either use chill and fusion to get more power into the first three abilities, or you can use chill and tech to get more power on the fourth ability to use the ultimate more often. So the first build, let's talk about this. With chill and tech, what we are doing is we are relying on the fourth ability more. And for that, what we do is we put cold-bloodedness. Now what this does is changes the frost road, which is basically her running faster and leaving some ice on the ground so that enemies can get hit and stuff. They change that into cold-bloodedness. What this does is it gives you more power, 5% more power, but 20% cost decrease, so MP goes down, and 20% cooldown increase. So we use this together to make our ultimate very low in terms of cooldown. So you can have this up every 10 seconds. That makes it very usable, and you can spam this a lot more and take out bigger, difficult enemies, and you'll still have some power on your first three abilities, but not as much. So let me just show you what that looks like. Let me put the right reactor. So we are looking for chill and tech. This. Okay, so in the lab here we have these guys. Okay, so what we do with, let me make sure I have the right mod page selected, chill and tech. Okay, so what we do is before we start fighting, we press C, cold-bloodedness, and now this will reduce our cooldown and we'll have it back very quickly. So you can see here, still going, and we have it up again. Now normally this has a 60-second cooldown. So what this does is it reduces our cooldown drastically. So let's let this finish, then I'll show you how this works. So normally you have the cooldown at 22.7 seconds for the ultimate. Okay. Now if I press C, you'll see that symbol on the left shoulder. That is basically your cold-bloodedness. And what we have here is 10.7 second cooldown. Okay. Duration is 6 seconds, 10.7. So we are almost there in terms of matching it. So that is the first build, the chill and tech build. Okay. Now, there is a second build that I've tried, and I was pretty satisfied with this one, and that is chill and singular. Now, this happens because there's a mod called Absolute Zero. What this does is it changes all the abilities to chill and singular. So all four of them become chill and singular. So if you see the chill and tech, for example, over here, you see we have used the chill and tech. So the fourth ability gets more power, 27,000, and the first three get 22,000. Okay. Now, if we switch over to chill and singular, and we put the chill and singular reactor, notice now that all four of our abilities have the 27,000 power. Okay, so this is the difference. You don't have to activate this like you have to do with cold-bloodedness, but what this does is you use the normal abilities like usual, four abilities. So this will be Frost Road, she'll be running faster, and we have a good duration on this as well, 19 seconds, and the cooldown is 9.5. So basically you can run like at the high speed for forever because your duration is much more than the cooldown. And then your other abilities also get power, including the final one. Now this is 22 seconds. It is obviously not as low as 10 seconds with the other one, but it's still low enough in my opinion that you can use it a little more frequently when you get into the boss room and do some damage. So this is the setup here. Now let's go into the external components. So I've talked a little bit about the reactors already. We have here a chill and singular reactor, and I have crit rate and crit damage here, which is pretty good. So as a result, I'm getting 50% crit hit rate and 4 times the hit damage. So I think this is pretty good. 1 and 2 seems very nice. Cooldown and stuff. See here. Now the components we have is, ideally I wanted a 4 set of Slayer because Slayer just gives you 26% more power, which is great, but I just couldn't get the right roles. What we want is all the MP related stuff. So you have max, you have MP recovery out of combat. This one has max MP and MP recovery in combat. This one has MP recovery modifier. If you can get these on a Slayer set, that would be perfect. I tried Slayer set, I tried Polar Knight. Polar Knight you get by defeating Dead Bride. So what I've settled with is 2 pieces from the Polar Knight to get that chill power, 6% chill power. And then I've put 2 others which had the best rolls. So this is a Venom Essence and this is a Annihilation. This one has HP and defense. This one has the gold rolls for MP and MP recovery. That was a perfect reactor. So that is Frena's reactor, external component. So I put it here. So I'm only getting the benefit of 2 pieces of Polar Knight. Like I said, ideally, if I can get the same rolls on a Slayer set, that would be fantastic. You get 26% more power, more rounds for your general rounds magazine. So if you're using Thunder Cage or Enduring Legacy or even Albion Cavalry, I have used Albion Cavalry and it's not that bad. It's still nowhere near as good as the other guns, but I was not having any issues because this also uses general rounds. By the way, I'll make a separate video for this one. So yeah, this is basically what we have. All right, so those are 2 builds for Viessa. Now, of course, keep in mind, she's not as strong as Freyna or Bonnie, but she can still do pretty well. And if you pair her with the right guns, I think Secret Garden or Thunder Cage, those are good guns for her. You can also use Enduring Legacy if you want for the bosses at the end. I think this is pretty good. And of course, with the new reactor implants, you can put several guns, have the smaller gun in hand while you're running, and then use the Enduring Legacy or something for the bosses. And I think you can get a decent setup. So if you like Viessa and you want to use her, maybe you don't like to use Freyna or Bunny, then I think she has a good use case. Could use a little more of a buff or tweak to her abilities, but I think she's in a good spot right now. Not great, not terrible, just decent overall.